Yo.
What's going on, man?
We back here to do another boxing talk.
More boxing.
It's hot right now.
Yeah.
It's hot right now. People fighting each other. A lot of names getting thrown around. A lot of cross-division matchups, fantasy matchups, or potential possible matchups being talked about. A lot of old school people jumping. It's just been real good. Mike, you said it, yo. I was caught. I was like, if a few more fights happen, then this could be the best year since we've been.
Yeah.
And it's looking that way, yo. We said that earlier, but I was like, let's give it some time. But it's panning out like
it's looking that way, yo.
This year's gonna be top year, yo. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna kick it off with listen, Bud has been on what do you call it? A promo / running down on you / victory tour /
I like it.
And it's been honorable.
I like it.
It's been honorable.
I like it.
One of the things he definitely did, man, he kind of pulled, he pulled the Charlo. He pulled up on Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club this week.
That made me happy, bro.
And Mano, yo, he was like, y'all gotta apologize, yo. Apologize. Now he said y'all gotta apologize. They was trying to get around, y'all, I mean my bad. No, he's like, nah, you gotta say I'm sorry, yo. Yeah. And I respect it, yo.
Yeah, because it wasn't that he just beat him. He beat him up.
I think the thing I respected most about him with Charlemagne specifically, and of course I think we're gonna get into more detail with it throughout this, but when he was sitting in his seat,
I knew you was gonna say that. That's what I was waiting.
That shit made me so happy, nigga.
Charlemagne came in. He's sitting in his chair.
Yeah,
the King's Throne or whatever he got.
King Throne bullshit that he got on the Breakfast Club.
Charlemagne had to move and stop, yo. He had to go.
Get your ass over there.
He ain't want no smoke with that nigga.
Nah,
damn sure don't want no smoke.
I want to sit right here today. And I need you to apologize.
He got that apology about him, yo.
It took a little bit.
They be trying to.
He was like, I gotta apologize for who I picked, and I picked wrong. It was how you picked, nigga. Yeah. You was sounding. It just sounded crazy.
See, I kept it a bean because I really did. I'm one of them niggas that stand on my shit. I really thought Errol was gonna be like the bigger, heavier guy, get inside, get chippy, and just box him up.
But when you get on there, it depends on the platform you on. You know what I mean? When you talking this kind of shit. So you got to realize the Breakfast Club is a big-ass platform. So if you get on there saying Errol is stronger than this nigga, but you have no backing, you have nothing that you really researched to know if this nigga is strong or not, you don't even really know if you've watched enough Bud fights to understand that. That's why he asked for that apology from Charlemagne. Yeah. He may not ask for that from you because, nigga, like, we
watched the shit out of boxing.
And he came up there before. So it's kind of a friendly type joke. It's like, listen, just apologize.
It wasn't serious. You could tell it was. Because I think if he gets serious, you're going to know it's serious. That's clear. That
but Bud been chilling. He's been on mad, and this is a good thing. He's been on mad platforms. That's one of the reasons why he didn't get as much love and credit coming up, because he just didn't do as many interviews. And his promotional team, when he got the welterweight, didn't have all the welterweights and all of that. So it was a lot going on, but it's good. A lot of people saying, yo, I rock with him because they getting to see him more and talk more. But yeah, that Mano joint, he said, Mano, you got up. Mano really ain't want to apologize.
Yeah. He fought for it.
But he had to. He tried to size him up a little bit and realized, I don't know about that.
Why wouldn't you want to apologize after a performance like that? Man, I don't like apologizing for saying I'm wrong.
Men's ego, that's all.
Ego, bro.
It was all fun and games.
I bet money. I lost money on my bet and shit. It was like, I gotta.
But he beat the shit out of him. It wasn't like It was
It
was like the first round was like a toss up. And after rewatching, you saw it last weekend. I watched it like 3 or 4 times.
I think I watched the fight about 4 times.
He might not even won that first round, to be honest.
No, he won the first round.
Yeah, he definitely.
It wasn't like he beat him. He won.
Yeah, it was just like he was more active.
Yeah, he got a couple jabs. He won the first round. He won the first round.
But Bud,
and like I said, I think he was winning the second round, and then he got the yeet.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Peace.
If we go into, I think he said it on that Breakfast Club interview. I do agree with what he said, where the corner should have stopped it in that 7th round.
Yeah, I told you. I said it before he even. I said the 7th round.
2 knockdowns.
Could have got him a bye.
First off, we real boxing heads.
And that second
a 10-7 round is unheard of.
It happens, but yeah,
it happens.
In a big fight like that,
2 knockdowns like that,
it don't happen at all.
Yeah, like come on, yo.
He was dogging him the whole round, and he knocked him down twice. So I expect that score.
Like, he landed anything he want at this point.
Yeah,
there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, salute to them because they coughed up the apology, you know. And I've seen him ask for lesser people to do it on because he's been around a lot of joints. But he going on his I told you so tour.
I saw him on Sean Porter's joint too.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Me and Mike talked about that. Yeah.
Did y'all get to catch the epilogue after? Yeah.
What y'all think of that?
I liked
cool.
it.
I wish it was longer.
Me too.
I felt like
that's a good point because it was really good.
No,
I was mad as shit that it ended.
No, why it was that short? Because the way they did the fight footage, they made it look like the fight was closer than it was. And it wasn't.
I remember you said that, and I didn't think so. I think they showed the fight appropriately.
What they did is
he was getting
you saw the beginning when they were introducing it. And the introduction made it seem like the fight was closer than it was, but the rest of they showed it as it was.
Well,
yeah,
they showed it as it was.
And
in the beginning, they were showing
Bud
all of the punches landed by Errol. They showed all of the punches landed because they just was showing it's an introduction.
No, the hardest shit was after that second knockout when he called out the Charlo twin, and he like. I'm 154. He ain't even in my weight class. I was like, yo, he looked scared,
bro. He looked a little shook, yo.
He looked scared.
What'd he say?
I already did that.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite line. I already did that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was James Harden at first when I first saw it. Like I was just paying attention to Charlo. I don't know. He was looking a little scared.
That was James Williams?
Yes, yo.
Oh shit.
That's because he got that crazy ego. So if he get his ass beat like that, he might never box again, yo. He gonna go into a mental health crisis and then just
chill out.
I said, I already did that.
That could really happen. The mental health thing could really happen.
A mental health crisis can happen, but if you talking shit, you better fight. That's how I feel.
Garcia had it as well.
So hold on. So I know we all saw the part. So are we all in agreement? He looked a little shook.
He looked shook to me.
Hell yeah.
He looked shook.
A little shook, yo.
I'm not a boxer, but I remember niggas copping pleas before fights back in the day.
That was Jamal.
And these was regular outside fights.
My bad.
Yeah, he looked a little. I did that.
Yeah.
I'm at 154. I'm fighting
When
Canelo.
the niggas start copping pleas,
I don't even know what he talking about.
When that nigga that they be like, yo, he
already did that.
Like, come up at him.
He was trying to convince himself, yo.
Yeah.
But he claimed he said if once he fight Canelo, he gonna try to fight him. I don't know, but we'll see.
To be honest, yo, I'm still a Canelo fan, yo. I think
if
Canelo
he
beats his
Canelo,
ass. I think Canelo beats his ass.
Say in a world where it depends on who.
Canelo's getting a rematch if he wins.
Yeah.
Like
I think Canelo beats
I'm pretty sure. I don't know all of the
because Bud only got but so much time left. That's why I respect what Bud has been saying and how he's been going about his approach with this now. Because it seems like he's at his last leg.
Well, that's why he said transitioning. He said that's why the Boots fight keep coming up and he talking real. He like, yo, I'm in a lose-lose. If I beat him, y'all gonna say it's too early. And he not expecting to lose, but if you lose, then that's bad. But he like, yo, the fight
38-40, like that's different.
He like, Boots ain't raised his level up yet. Like if Boots had a large fan base and did a pay-per-view, I think he would fight him.
Yeah.
But he's like, yo, I've had to earn everything. Yeah. It took me to 30. He's 36. He's going to be 36 next month. He said, yo, it's only big fights from now. I'm 2-time undisputed.
I'm not fighting no bullshit.
I got to get... It's cash out time, and he deserves it. It's cash out time.
I do respect Boots for calling him out. Because nobody else
is
that's
doing
just
that.
a part of the game.
Nobody else is doing that.
Yeah. Everybody does that.
I just saw Keith Thurman.
Everybody does that.
Keith Thurman don't want that.
When you a money dude,
the shit out of Keith Thurman.
For the paycheck, he'll do it.
Everybody does.
I would catch that ass.
That's what people keep saying when they be like boxers are shook. Some a little bit. A lot of them are not really that shook. It's they want to get the bread. If I'm gonna take an L, I need to get paid for it, and it makes sense, yo. Especially once you get to a certain level, like Keith Thurman, all they've earned that right to try to get cash out fights, yo. Like Boots is doing what he's supposed to do. It's keeping his name running. Like everybody's doing what they're supposed to do now. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Coming up in the ranks, bro. You gotta work your way up there before you get up here to fight me. And I'm like he said, I'm about to be 36. I got a strong maybe 3 more. Maybe like 1 or 2 more good ones.
He said, and I believe him. He's lived the fighter's lifestyle.
But that Errol shit just solidified him low key.
He lives the fighter's lifestyle, and he hasn't been smoking and drinking and all that. He's always in shape. He said, honestly, I could fight the 45.
That's
I believe
what I'm
he
thinking.
could. But he don't want to bank on trying to get them fights. He want to get the money joints now.
Because you're not going to be fighting them top guys when you get to that. In most cases, you're not going to be fighting them top guys.
The way he outclassed Errol
Executioner was fighting older. I mean, it happens. And if he is sticking to it like to how the Executioner was, and for sure he'll definitely.
Bernard Hopkins got knocked out the ring at 45, yo.
Yeah, but he was 50.
Damn, that was 50.
Yeah. And that was Kovalev. Like that nigga.
No, it wasn't Kovalev. It was
no,
it was Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah.
Was it?
He still, he fucked him. And
I ain't no American white man got you. I thought it was one of them Russian niggas. God damn, I ain't no American white man got you.
And I said it
was crazy.
I said it before, and that's rest his soul. One of my favorite boxing trainers, Nassim Richardson, brother Nassim, said, and that's why I think they had a rift because he wanted Bernard to kind of stop. If I'm not mistaken, that's how they had their rift. And he told Bernard, I remember he said this before he passed. He said, "I told Bernard, you've done everything in boxing besides lose nasty." And that's what happened at the end. Sometimes you gotta listen to them wise trainers.
That
old Philly trainer, brother. This is the same person that found the Margaritos cheating gloves before the Shane Mosley fight, and the Shane commenced to beating the hell out of him. Like, you gotta listen to them wise dudes, man. They trying to help you out. So yeah, but transitioning since we saying Bud trying to get the mega fights, there's a couple been floating.
Yeah, I've been hearing the names.
They're kind of out of range because of the weight classes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Charlemagne had mentioned it, and at first, when they first mentioned the Canelo, Bud was like, weight classes stand for a reason. But Charlemagne mentioned that at 158. For big money, yo, that fight could happen at 158.
Yeah.
Yo.
You think Canelo coming down there?
I don't think he would. But listen, if the bag is heavy enough, anybody
Where you at
would
right
try to
now?
do
168.
168 right now. He's fought as high as 175. So
175, he got his ass beaten. Canelo is my man.
Well, he won against Kovalev. And then he got,
the Bivol
kind of, styled
his back was rigged by the third round. This nigga was winded, yo, and that's my man's. Because Canelo has always had those stamina issues, and shout out to Uze, because you always brought that up. So I don't think it's good for him to pick up weight.
I think what you, as far as what he was saying about Canelo before Charlemagne asked that, just saying is just with his age.
Yeah.
I respect what he's saying. If he can get him down to that weight, like he said, cool. If he can, but he should not go up higher. Oh shit! It depends on what I mean.
What y'all think?
You know I'm right with 158. I might be one of those blind loyalty guys.
I think Terence might get this.
Canelo hasn't fought at that weight in a while. If he drops down there,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know about that.
The sickest part is, if I'm being honest, if somehow magically Canelo was able to get down to 154 and Errol went up to that, I thought Errol Spence would give him trouble. So I don't know if anybody beating Terence Crawford. I'm just saying though, like if that was possible, since we saying shoulda, woulda, coulda shit. Because him going to one.
But we going with the scenario of 158.
Who do you think wins, Canelo or Bud at 158? Since that's the scenario that's been tossed out there.
You the Canelo man. You got his gear.
I got
Canelo.
But like
he got Canelo merch. He really.
Yeah, I got Canelo. Because the only thing is, I can say like Canelo is like a slugger, but he also can jab. That was the one thing that scared me about Errol Spence.
I'm gonna tell you this, man.
He couldn't throw a jab.
I think Canelo
Errol can throw a jab.
The reason why I would say this is because
Errol didn't throw no jabs that whole fight.
Because
he took the jab away.
Like, yo, the nigga's whole defense was taking the jab away.
The reason I think Canelo could get done.
Zay is the boxing expert.
I don't want to say all
he
that.
was
I just,
trying.
Been watching.
No,
since I was
you
like,
are.
Man,
you are.
And then I put the gloves on, but the reason I believe is not. I think the weight wouldn't make a difference at that point because I think Canelo would be so drained to that point, even at rehydration. What would he do better than him? You could say maybe he'd be stronger, but at that point he might be too weak. He don't have faster feet than him. He doesn't have faster hands than him, and they're like the same height. And Bud's arm reach is longer than his.
I just think with
Canelo, he would get pieced up, yo.
I just think with Canelo, because if you think about it, all of Canelo's fights was close, right? But once he put that hand on you,
Mike, you're not hearing me.
But the
weight, 158, yo.
The weight, yo.
Yeah, because
he's got to lose
68.
That.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, he's got to come down to that.
Bud would be the same height as him with longer reach, faster hands, and faster feet, yo, and power. I'm not saying if he fights, he knows he wouldn't fight Canelo.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
He wouldn't fight Canelo at 168 because Canelo would beat him. He's too strong.
Canelo
158. Yeah. I don't have Canelo being strong enough.
I don't got Canelo weight draining himself that much at this age.
No, we're just giving a fantasy. Like that's the fantasy that was thrown out. And we seen Oscar De La Hoya.
If we talking realistic with age, you right.
But Oscar De La Hoya fought Pacquiao at 147. He hadn't fought at 147. I forgot how long it was. It was years. He fought as much as I think at 168 at one point. Or 160, I think. No, definitely 160. And finally came down there after. Anything can happen for the right bag, Mike. Anything can happen.
I ain't mad at them.
One thing I appreciated too
right
from his tour, Bud's tour run, and I think he might have said this on the Breakfast Club as well when he was on that interview. As far as after he won, him talking about people's as far as his power. You know what I mean? Like, they always talking about he's facing this guy that's strong and shit. Like, but I'm strong as shit. Why does no one acknowledge that I'm strong as shit?
His power is it's translated.
And I have dual power.
Yeah, in both hands.
I mean, like, I have dual power.
I said
like,
it before
I'm
the pod,
wielding
and I always say
dual wielding.
He's knocked out everybody at welterweight.
Thank you.
It stopped him.
He said it.
He's getting like stronger.
I gotta give that man all love. I didn't know any. I wasn't well versed in Bud to understand like what he was, and that's why the Errol fight for me was so special. I think. Yeah. And we've said it many a times here, but I haven't said it personally. I think on the pod. Appreciate you for that fight party.
Oh yeah,
that fight party was
nigga. That shit was crazy.
We just gonna throw that.
Appreciate. I always appreciate y'all. It was great.
That shit was fun as hell.
No, y'all know who I'm secretly hyped for, yo. Everybody's talking about because I think Valdez fights, and I think you said Anthony Joshua fights tomorrow. Yeah. But on the 19th,
who's Valdez fighting?
It's somebody that I can't remember. It's nobody.
I
you know what I watched before you get into that? I've been watching a lot on YouTube, old fights, because the Bud whole thing. After I started watching his interviews, they started bringing up his old fights in my algorithm. So Shakur's fights came into my algorithm as well. So I watched when he fought Valdez again, yo. God,
the shit out of him. That was being outclassed. That was bad. That was being outclassed. Like, yo,
peace. He had been calling for him for a little bit too. He was trying to get that fight for a little bit.
Like he was fucking him up. Yeah,
and Jamel Herring, yo. That was a bad one as well.
Jamel Herring was the
Thank you for your service, Jamel Herring.
That tough test.
Yeah, you know, ex-military.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my boy Arthur
Bomac was training him though. That was the crazy thing that I realized in that fight.
Yeah.
Go ahead, though, my bad.
And I finally stopped calling him Benavidez. My boy Arthur Beterbiev is fighting against who is the guy's name? Calum Smith.
Oh, Calum Smith.
Canelo
had knocked him out.
Yeah.
He's gonna get knocked out. Though. Like, I feel like that's one of them ones.
He's gonna get knocked the fuck out.
I feel like that's one of the ones. What they in 175, right?
Battle.
Huh?
They 175, right?
Yes.
I feel like if Arthur Beterbiev, because Arthur Beterbiev is like 37 or some shit like that, he needs to fight Bivol. That would be an all-time
That's
fight.
what everybody been
yo.
asking for.
That would be a fucking all-time fight, yo.
Bro, that fight has been asked for years now.
I think this
should have been happened.
Beterbiev is that. Niggas dodge him because he like the nigga on Creed 2, yo. The second one, yo. Like the big ass.
People real selective with who they push to fight.
Yeah.
They won't push them to fight each other. They should be an outpouring of
people.
That's because Arthur
looking
Beterbiev,
like Errol.
That's the thing, yo. Arthur Beterbiev is
they don't want to look like Errol.
Marketable.
Everybody want to look like Money May, yo, with the 0 on their fucking record.
He's not marketable.
Fuck that shit, like, man. Put them big fights together.
Boxing fans are gonna watch it, yo. You put a pay-per-view, it'll
nigga, what? I will watch that in a minute.
If they don't put a ton into marketing, it could be profitable. You put it in the right spot, like
fuck that 0, bro. Go fight them niggas, bro. Fuck
I like Beterbiev, yo. I might gotta get a shirt with him, yo. He's a real goon, yo.
Through folks, yo.
He's a real goon, yo. The way he beat up Joe Smith, was that him that beat up Joe Smith Jr.?
Yes, it was bad.
What did he catch him with the double
uppercut? Yes.
Joe said, me.
Anytime, I think it was.
I've seen the double with one arm, but not the left or right.
Yeah, the left and the right, and then catch him with a straight right or some shit. I was like, dude, this nigga crazy.
Yeah, what's the name got somebody? Anytime they start, either you throw 2 combos like that, or you start mixing up your footwork or some like and one basketball shit. You know, like in basketball, if you really start taking a nigga crazy, they like, all right, chill. Same thing in boxing, yo. Like this, if you start switching up, you changing positions and destroying this nigga, the ref like, no.
Who's hit the ultra instinct?
Stop.
That's the one of the wildest choices.
That shit was OD.
That was crazy.
The Via one?
Yes, yo. It was the only. Yes.
Nah, I love when he was like, because I thought he was getting shots.
He hit the wow. They can't see me, right? He's wow.
He's walking through that shit.
And then he hit the ultra dodge and slide.
This nigga turned into a more Neo when he knew he was the one, when he was just like,
it was literally like you said, the ultra instinct shit, yo.
It was crazy.
When he was on his shit where he just was like reacting and shit. This is like, all right.
He wasn't even thinking. That's what it looked like. He just wasn't even thinking.
The thing with him though, I watched some training videos of him. Like when he throw a straight right, he automatically puts the left up. When he throws the left, he automatically puts the right up. So he's
It was fun watching him
on
train.
Defense and offense type
who's
shit.
the heavyweight that he was training with now? Jared.
Baby Anderson.
Big Baby Anderson. Yeah, he was training.
That's my guy too.
I saw a short of them training together. Him and Ennis were training together, just on some pad work.
Yeah, because the heavyweight's not trying to kill him.
It was kind of cool to see that because he was having them understand like how I'm thinking, like, and then slapping them with the pads, that type shit. So, nah, I like Ennis. You know what I mean?
But
I ain't chill out on the cross.
I feel like I'm wondering
fight him at 39-40. Fight him at around that range.
I'm wondering them niggas that stand on my shit. Stylistically, I think he would do all right. Like he gonna lose against Terence Crawford. I think it'll be more competitive than what we saw with
I'm not saying
Errol
it's not
Spence.
going to be somewhat competitive,
because he can stay away from him.
What I'm saying
more.
is he hasn't. He has all of the ability.
Yeah, because Villa is like low key like the best opponent
in boxing. He just needed a few more fights against. He has to get because we saw the Karen fight and we all were like, that was not impressive. That was just a fight ago.
Yeah.
Like,
and you bring up the big point. He got to fight like a nigga like Keith Thurman and like just beat the shit out of him.
We need to see that because what I keep saying, you're gonna get him in there and you're gonna get him hurt because people keep forgetting Erickson Lubin when he fought Jermell Charlo and got knocked out with the little swift uppercut because he was super talented and everybody we try to get the fight. Pushed him in his early 20s and Jermell was like, why y'all doing this? They got the fight and he got knocked out cold. And he hasn't been the same since. Yeah. He's been a solid fighter, but he's not been the same since.
Hopefully,
watch
Canelo
the Lubin
beats
fight,
his ass.
And that's and watch the what's name. I'm telling you, yo, you're gonna get him Lubin, yo, messing around. Let him get some other fights, and his team should be smart about it. You challenge him a little bit later when you might have an advantage, like you're saying. Get him a little. That's how you're supposed to work it. It's boxing. A lot of it is matchmaking, timing. Mm-hmm. This is like this match, this style. It's all about how you figure it out a lot of the times, and he just got to figure it out. But my last thing on with Bud and the fantasy matchups, because Tank said he would, if I touch that chin, he going out, and now they be kind of trying to talk that up a little bit. Because at first Bud was like, man, they different weight class. We 2 weight classes apart. But listen, man, hey, man, anything is possible with that money.
I think the Inoue Tank is more possible than Tank and Crawford. Because Crawford is getting old, yo. It's harder and harder to cut that weight. It's going to take more to cut that weight, yo. Like, it's not even fair at that point.
But Tank would have to move up, too, though.
Yeah, he can move up.
That's why
what do they want to fight at? One?
It would probably be 147.
Yeah, it got to be.
Yeah, it got to be.
But he at 135 now, so Tank got to.
But Tank has fought at 140 before.
Yeah,
it's not as unrealistic as you would think.
Yeah, you right.
And his power going to travel up. We already know that.
Oh, he a dog.
It could be fun.
He a dog. I just don't. Well, Tank.
That money right.
I put Tank against anybody.
Yeah,
only thing is, how tall?
That's the only time I'm gonna be biased. So I ain't even gonna think about whatever we think about styles.
If Tank can get up there, I got
fuck
Tank.
that. I'm going with Tank, bro. Like that's what I'm going with.
I got Tank because like with Tank, if he got inside like Errol did with that left, when he was like, "That's it," that's not gonna be no "that's it" with Tank. Tank be knocking niggas out, yo.
Tank got to get close, man. That height and reach advantage is gonna be such a.
That's what makes Bud
but you gotta think.
Is his distance and ability.
Tank first off is still young, and he gets inside on niggas like the last knockout he got when he got under the clinch and just was like niggas like what is he doing? He was waiting.
That sounds cool until you fight Bud.
Yeah, but
you gotta remember,
Bud is a technician.
His reach is abnormally long for welter. 74-inch reach is crazy at welter.
I'm Baltimore forever, yo. I'm Tank, yo.
I'm not. I just want to see the fight.
I think Tank beats up Inoue too.
In the future.
Like if somehow Inoue gets up to like
I'm never picking against
40
Tank.
or 135.
That's what I was saying right now.
I'm not picking against Tank.
I rock with Bud, but I'm going to pick.
Not
I want
never
Tank to
picking
win.
against.
That'd be so hard.
And if Bud beat Tank, like how he did Errol Spence, I'm gonna be hot. Like I'm gonna be mad, yo.
And for folks that been popping in and they haven't been watching long enough, we from Baltimore.
Yeah, straight
Let's
Baltimore
y'all
shit.
know.
His hometown.
I think he can hit an accent at this point, yo. Stop it.
You just never know.
Stop it.
Just so they understand. Yeah, I mean, we going.
I'm never going.
You got hit him with the Robert Griffin.
Tank all day.
I mean, the Robert Kelly. Stop it. Stop it.
But yeah, if that happens, then he need to push for that for a while too.
Yeah.
Try to get.
Yeah, get him at 40.
But the whole thing is Bud got so many options right now, man.
This is his time. I'm happy for him.
Bud is great though, cause I'm one of them niggas. I told y'all like I was honest with my shit. Like Zay is the boxing expert. I would say I'm like 3 steps under him at the boxing. I love boxing. I can understand styles. I can understand everything. But Zay knows like promotion, like what trainer he has at this time, and this, that, the third. So it's like, I don't know, yo. Like, yo, the way he beat up Errol Spence is like, it's a commendable thing. Like, we don't see super fights like that. We don't, especially when you coming up to that weight class and you just beat the shit out of the guy, yo.
Well, he been
that
at the weight
beats
class
everybody
now,
up.
though. He grew into the weight, and that's what I was like. His Bomac said it. He said, "Y'all let him grow into the weight."
Yes.
I had.
How many fights has he had at 147?
It's been a while now. I don't know. Quite a bit of fights though. Like
that, and it's crazy. Boxing, I'm
upset with
y'all for
Errol.
I always said I
3
think
4
Errol
years
should
now.
have fought him earlier. I think Errol would have, because Bud has that dog in him, and he had power, but he wasn't as strong then. I think Bud, like I had Errol winning earlier, and this is before like a lot of the stuff happened with Errol. And like I said, I noticed little things with his jab being sharper back then, him not lunging as much. I feel like he would have won that fight earlier.
He got lungy. Correct.
I told you, it wasn't this fight. It was the I think it was David Avenetian or whatever how you spelled his name. I think that was the one before that, when he had red trunks on and knocked him out cold. I was like, probably people don't know names like that. If you just halfway casual, I was like, that's a top 10 welterweight.
Yeah. He put him down too.
And he knocked him out cold.
Talking about Crawford?
You don't knock top welterweights out or top people in your division. You might be able to stop them. You might be able to knock them out, and they trying to figure out how to. He knocked him out cold.
It looked like
it doesn't
they was
happen
fighting,
that often with top.
It looked like they was
fighters.
fighting that fucking Buffalo Wild Wings or some shit like that.
Yeah,
he knocked that nigga the fuck out.
But my main thing was, not only he looked strong, he clearly was strong as hell. But I looked his physical. Yeah. That's the most strong, like the strongest I've seen him look at. He looked physically like he was a big, strong welterweight, and that's when I was like, "Ooh, this next Errol fight." He's not like slimmer, like he's grown into the weight class.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and now he's saying it's tough
fault.
for him to make the weight now. He's a full-fledged welterweight, so it's like that's why Tank. If they get the fight, try to keep him. We need that at 147.
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm fighting him if I'm taking 147.
Weight drain that man and put a hydration club.
Every pound you can get.
Fuck out of here. I'm not about to fight this nigga now.
Every pound you can get, yo.
Weight drain him and put a hydration club.
And the weight drain with the hydration is a mean one.
That's so crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Why is there such thing as a hydration clause?
If you agree to it, I don't want to hear nothing.
But they
after
both
the fight,
have to do it. That's why I don't like when people say that, because if they both have to do it.
Well, typically it's done because
crazy. Like,
the other person is
can
bigger
do
than
it.
the other person.
I mean, but
if you agree to it, I don't want to hear no excuses after. You agree to it. They be whining. Some people be whining. I'm like, yo, he agreed to it.
Ryan agreed to it, bro. Got his head knocked off.
Ryan wasn't elite, yo. Tank would have beat him at any weight. Come on, stop it.
Exactly. I like hearing Shakur.
Said stop it.
You know what one of my favorite things is? This is random as shit. It's boxing related though, but I like hearing Shakur talk about what's my buddy name that Tank beat up, that knocked out, I should say, before Garcia. Damn, he's got the crazy ass stupid punching sound that he makes and shit. My man's.
Oh, Rolly went to
Rolly.
Shakur talking about Rolly is probably the funniest shit ever.
Shakur would beat the shit out of any of them niggas. He's a technician, yo. Shakur, yo, but you remember back in the day, yo. Remember when I told you about Shakur from like damn near like not Spike TV days, but I was an early Shakur nigga.
It's still Baltimore though. I got Tank.
He's not beating
floored.
Tank, yo.
I never said
Terence
that.
Crawford, and you know Terence Crawford.
But anybody else that size, I feel like Shakur could beat up.
You know Terence Crawford.
Even Devin Haney. That's why I feel like if he fought,
I don't know.
I think he could beat.
That's a tough fight.
If at 135, I
Devin
think
Haney versus Shakur.
If at 135, I think Shakur beats him.
Yeah, I mean Devin Haney's he can't make that weight healthy. No
yeah, his forehead was dehydrated.
You see him now, how he walking around? He look like a welterweight now, yo. I know he's in between fights, but like, dog, I said he was pushing it. I thought he looked like he was getting a little. His punch resistance to me looked like it was struggling in that weight, and that's the dangerous part. Like, so that 140, I think he's gonna be a little more stronger.
Roy Jones.
Yeah, you
gotta
going
be
up
careful. Too high, nigga, you get your head knocked off up there.
Yeah, but Tank.
Don't talk down on Roy Jones either. I'll be listening to that. Nah. Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked.
He used to come out to his own songs.
We hot. When will these niggas learn? He was
What? That shit was hard.
He was jumping and popping niggas. Niggas thought that jump punch, I don't know if it was
when the heart say move.
Well, somebody, but
hold on, but
Roy started that.
What I'm gonna say is because but this is how you know Tank is the truth. Bud, him and Shakur are real close. You know what I mean? And Bud keep it real a lot of times. Mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, he do this to that guy, do this to that. But they mentioned Tank. He's like, Tank is smart, power. What's the name? He said, listen. He said, that's gonna be what's the name? He said that's gonna be Shakur's toughest fight.
Yeah.
He didn't say he was gonna lose, but he was looking. He was like that's. He was like that's the fight that's going to be.
That's why if you notice,
you know what Shakur like.
Shakur
know the
for
truth,
Tank.
yo.
Yeah, like
Bud know the
don't
truth,
want
yo. Like,
you know what I realized?
Tank.
Shakur like fight niggas.
Do not want to fight Tank
with them big ass. Because I got a big ass head, so he like fight niggas that got them big ass heads. Tank ain't got no big ass head like that. Yo. That's niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of small.
But
his body is more compact. This nigga got
Tank,
crazy ass power.
I told y'all.
The thing is, with
and
Tank,
he fast, and he can box.
The scariest thing about Tank is like, he got the power, but he actually can box.
He's an excellent counterpuncher.
He can
and
box.
Bud said that. Bud said that. He actually said that. He can box.
Like he can hit you with all that. Like
that's scary.
He knew. He was like, that's the. And he be telling Shakur. They talk. He be like,
and he got Coach Calvin, like arguably one of the greatest coaches in boxing right now. Coach Calvin, Coach Calvin is one of the greatest boxing coaches in boxing right now.
Got the lanyard glasses, nigga. Like, he's a legend.
Yeah, I need the lanyard like him, just off of the Coach Cal, Like, shout out Coach Cal,
Long
like,
Bluetooth Plantronics in his ear.
I'm about to get a Plantronics because of Coach Cal,
That's fire. Yeah. No, you shouldn't do that.
While I power up and hit the workouts.
Yeah, but that's all I got to say for that. Boxing's been on fire. We love talking this boxing.
This nigga Bud came through like Thanos. He had to tip the scales on niggas, yo. He finally put the scales. Everything is back in perfect balance.
Because everything was bubbling up. It was already fire, and then Bud just threw that joint over there.
You remember on the fight night when basically all y'all was like, it's done. I was like, Errol Spence got pull
I told
down
that
his
nigga to
creed,
throw in the towel.
He gonna knock him out.
We screamed throwing the towel. What was that? Round 5 or something?
Shit was bad, yo.
One more thing, my bad. Before we get out here, I want to mention Errol Spence was like a lot of y'all y'all cowards. Basically, I forgot exact quotes, but he said it in much harsher terms. He was like, y'all the type get bullied and all of this type. I think he was referring to the fact that people don't want him to do the rematch right away, and he like, y'all got a rematch. I personally think he should. I think Bud will always honor a rematch. So I don't think he has to rush right into it.
Right.
I think get your body, fill a 154 fight out, work on some things, and then get the fight. But hey, man, if you want to go right into it, I'm not going to be the person to say, don't do it. Yeah. Just go.
Errol, go fight at Buffalo Wild Wings like Terence did.
It is what it is. It's how the game goes.
What if he beats him?
Nah,
that's the game.
That'll be the greatest trilogy of all time.
If Errol beats him, that would be.
What if Errol beats him?
It would be a great story. It would be a great story.
I like Errol, because like,
Errol should go.
I don't either. After that outclass,
and fight a nigga at Buffalo Wild Wings, knock him out handily. If he knocks him out handily like that, then he can go back and challenge him.
And he should work on some more things, like
just get a feel for
one of the things I said real briefly. Errol Spence I told Mike this, for a left-handed, typically a southpaw fighter, one of their bread and butters, because those aren't used to it, is the 1-2 with the straight left, or the jab, double jab with a straight left. Typically the straight left after a jab is like a joint that's all of the southpaws have it in their repertoire. The straight. For some reason, Errol Spence doesn't for a southpaw. It's very weird. I've thought this forever. He throws more of a looping right hand.
That
and
shit
it's
was
like that's
pissing me
not
off.
the
That
one.
was getting him caught the whole fight. Bink, bink,
That's what I think they should work on.
Punch, slow as shit.
One.
This nigga hit him
because
with two.
Then it's like if Bud fights him, you don't get all of that looping stuff that he can see easier. It would be a wrinkle in the game. They know he doesn't have a straight left like that. They know this.
Yeah.
They've been studying him for so long.
So no joke, man.
Yeah, they put on a clinic. But yeah,
that shit was crazy.
Yeah,